Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 56, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bucs and the Broncos coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gordon alongside my good friend Charles Davis and CD. The Broncos, quite a circuitous route to get to this Super Bowl. They were winners of Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, you remember. Didn't make the playoffs the next 5 years, going a combined 32-48. But now here they are back in the big one.
It's hard to hear that 32-48 record that you just cited, because we're used to Denver being one of the elite franchises in the NFL. This is their 9th appearance in the big game. Only the Patriots have appeared more, and they have won it 3 times. Twice with John Elway as their quarterback in the late 90s, and then, as you mentioned, Super Bowl 50 when John Elway was their general manager.
And meanwhile, the Buccaneers are back in the Super Bowl. Of course, they won it last year behind Tom Brady, but now, Charles, this group looks to get it done without TB12 under center.
But think about the confidence this team gained last year in their run to the title. Remember, they won 3 road games to get there. Yes, they won the Super Bowl in their home stadium, but 3 straight wins on the road in order to make it happen. Give them a ton of credit. They galvanized, and now they're ready to go for it again.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 56. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in the days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Brate.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Brady going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Shedding through the defense. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. On first down, Fournette going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage as he'll wind up losing a yard on the play.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 11.
From the gun, it's Brady. Uses the stiff arm. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Here's Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
3 yards remain for second down.
From the gun, it's Wilson.
That's complete. Okwuegbunam.
A solid stiff arm. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Let's go. Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
On first down, Wilson.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
That catch good for only a couple.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
To throw again is Wilson. And this is incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Broncos. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that.
And the Broncos are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Miller with 1st down and more. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Leonard Fournette.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that? And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Evans has it left side.
And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Brady now to throw. Fighting to stay upright. But he lost 6 there on the first down play. On second down, here's Fournette. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Brady now on 3rd and goal. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Suck up for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again.
And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll hand it off now. Williams takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A huge play there for Denver.
You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger, Russ.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
3rd and goal, a big play in the Super Bowl.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Russell Wilson taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
So out come the Bucs now. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Brady.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
To throw, it's Brady.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Broncos are about set to go on offense. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Now a man open down the middle of the field.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Brady to throw. This is caught by Evans. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. His throw incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Now Brady. That is caught inside the 5. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now Brady. touchdown. That's caught. Russell Gage from 3 yards out. And the Bucs are going to take the lead.
Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Succop. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there.
You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Now Wilson on first down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Wilson.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They go play action with Wilson. Forced out to his left. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From the 41, Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. A nice little juke. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Bucs. And it's been the passing game that's gotten them to where they are, 2 quarters away from a possible Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
They start the second half here with Williams. Shoves him aside. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Come on, boy! Come on!
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
An Incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 22. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Fighting through. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now it's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Devin White leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing is Wilson. Now he'll escape to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Touchdown, Broncos! Albert Okwuegbuna, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now McManus for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
And he'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Fournette. Shifts by him.
53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Well, Leonard Fournette, not a guy to shy away from contact. He can lower the boom on you when he gets ahead of steam, and that was a heck of a run right there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
On first down, Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now Brady. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3.
They run it again with Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Second down and 4.
Now Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Williams. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Again, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Wilson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And McManus able to put it through. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned.
A few better down a score in the 4th quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Brady going to throw. And that is incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Denver's offense now set to go. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got room. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now Gordon on first down. Bulldozes past him. And shedding the tackle and now some room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it.
And the Broncos are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive first and 10.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Underneath, he's got Brady. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw is Brady. Evans has it left side. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. There's Evans again, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw, Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. To throw is Brady. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Brady to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Suck up for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it with Williams. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. That is likely the final play of this game, and no better feeling, I would imagine, than taking a knee to wrap up the Super Bowl.
Culminates everything. The championship is theirs. And just think, the last play they had in practice before this game began was doing this, practicing taking a knee and winning a Super Bowl.
And they get to do just that. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And the Lombardi Trophy goes west, and it goes to the Denver Broncos, your Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.